matters. You're watching KLBK News at 6.
Welcome back. All over the world, students walked out of class Friday in a massive call for action on climate change. Washington correspondent Drew Petremol reports from a protest in Washington where kids directed their anger at members of both political parties.
Climate change is the greatest issue of our time. This is not about one person.
Today, young people across the globe are making history.
These high school students say they came to the National Mall to save the world.
Climate change is real.
With speeches, chants, and posters, they are demanding the U.S. government take action on climate change.
It's finally time for us to do something about it instead of just stand idly by waiting for adults to do something.
The students say the issue is being ignored by lawmakers from both political parties.
We as young people of the world are going to unite together in this movement, and we are going to overcome the politicians.
It's not just kids here in D.C. taking part of this protest. It's happening all over the U.S., other countries as well. It's a worldwide call to action on climate change.
The rallies come on the heels of a new report from the United Nations. It says time is running out to prevent the irreversible and dangerous impacts of climate change.
The only way that we the people can prevent climate change from destroying our futures is through our refusal to be silenced.
Among their top priorities is the so-called Green New Deal, a highly ambitious plan to shift the economy away from fossil fuels. It's been a tough sell in Congress, even among some traditional allies of the environmental movement.
When do we want it?
No! But these students are convinced their future depends on radical change. In Washington, I'm Drew Petremol.
All right, thanks so much, Drew. South by Southwest is a hub for the latest in music technology and film. But recently, it's also become a home for political conversations. As Betty Cross reports, on Thursday, protesters used South by as a vessel for change when it comes to tech.
Zuckerberg has got to go!
At South by Southwest, politics is getting a bigger megaphone.
What do they do?
Rise up!
From political theme panels to pop-up protests.
Zuckerberg has got to go!
The 10-day festival gives companies a platform to push their ideas.
So this is a protest against Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg.
Peter Rex is the CEO and founder of Trustwork. The company took over a street corner in downtown Austin, not only to bash Facebook, but to punch holes in the business model of many tech giants.
There's nothing wrong with a networking platform where they share photos, but there's something wrong when the leadership of the company is looking at the users as something to extract value from.
Rex says too many companies release a steady stream of social products that distract people from being productive. He thinks more businesses need to focus on creating entrepreneurs.
Stop consumerizing people and start empowering them.
It's a message that was hard to miss. Even though Zuckerberg won't likely see it, thousands at South by Southwest did. Some thought Facebook shouldn't get the only thumbs down.
The company doesn't need to criticize the other company to get all the audience for them.
There is market for everybody, so we should try to do something best and try to compete fairly.
The problems continue to mount for Volkswagen. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is suing the embattled German automaker. They say the company and its former CEO, Martin Winterkorn, carried out a massive fraud by cheating on emissions tests. The SEC says Volkswagen issued $13 billion in bonds and other securities to investors while making false claims about its financial health and the vehicle's emissions. Volkswagen admitted back in 2015 that it fitted millions of its diesel vehicles with software that could cheat emissions tests. Millions of cars worldwide had to be recalled. The automaker has already paid $30 billion in penalties, and Winterkorn faces federal criminal charges related to the scandal. And he's not in custody and is believed to be in Germany. And it's that time of year again when the weather gets warmer and we start opening up windows, surveying our home for what needs to be done. In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood tells us about how to stay healthy while cleaning.
Oh my goodness, let's get started.
Get your mops and brooms out and get ready to do some spring cleaning. As you prepare to wipe down your house from top to bottom, there are some things to keep in mind when it comes to cleaning products. First, check the labels. The American Lung Association suggests choosing products that have no or low amounts of things called VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Many cleaning products, such as aerosol sprays and chlorine bleach, release these dangerous chemicals. These gases can irritate your eyes, nose, and throat, make you nauseous, and can even damage your central nervous system. Also, make sure the room or space you are cleaning is ventilated. This will help diffuse the noxious airborne chemicals. If you're using harsher cleaners like bleach, wear gloves or other protective clothing to avoid contact with your skin. For those who want to stay away from chemicals altogether, natural cleaners like soap and warm water can do the trick. Baking soda works when you need some scrubbing action, and a mixture of vinegar and water can be used to clean glass. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, thanks so much, Meredith. A new study suggests you may want to pass on that 3-egg omelet for breakfast. Researchers from Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine followed nearly 30,000 adults over 3 decades. They found that those who eat 3 or 4 eggs a day have a higher risk of heart disease and early death compared to those who eat fewer eggs. Researchers say 1 large egg has 186 milligrams of dietary cholesterol in the yolk, and the study found that eating 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol per day was associated with 17% higher risk of incident cardiovascular disease and 18% higher risk of death. Researchers say the findings should be critical when it comes to developing and modifying dietary guidelines. Doctors in England have found a new tool to help diagnose mental health conditions. They're trying out virtual reality on some of their older patients to pinpoint neurological problems. CBS Gwen Baumgartner reports from England.
So you pop this on. Let's see if I can do it.
At 72 years old, Mark Furlan didn't know much about virtual reality, but health problems motivated the British grandfather to give it a go.
Well, I'd been referred by my doctor for memory problems.
Furlan took part in a trial with researchers at the University of Cambridge who tracked patients' virtual movements to help identify those with early Alzheimer's.
So what we found is that people with memory impairment that is due to Alzheimer's disease do very poorly on this test by comparison with people who have memory impairment not due to Alzheimer's.
So you're turning and you're getting disorientated.
Furlan was one of 100 patients who had to follow a path in a virtual environment and then trace their footsteps back to the starting point without the help of any markers. Furlan found out while he does have memory problems, he does not have Alzheimer's.
That was an incredible relief, and to find out that I was actually normal.
Doctors hope virtual reality will provide a new pathway to identify Alzheimer's in patients before symptoms even start. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Cambridge, England.
There's still more news to come. How a San Antonio Chick-fil-A employee took customer service to a new level. Plus how one company is adding a little mystery to a concerning experience.
And it was a cold day today, but we are going to be expecting a warm up on the way and some more rain in the forecast. Here's a look at your evening forecast. So it's going to be a chilly one. Bundle up as you head out the door. We'll have more details.